Welcome to our next episode of
Fandom
Family
Chats.
This is a production of Family Fan Clubs on Facebook. You can find us all over Facebook. You can find us all over social media under Fandom Family Chats. Look us up, get dialed in, get plugged in, and get ready to listen to some crazy people talk crazy stuff.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Bethany.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Tiffany.
And tonight is our 911 night. So we're going to be talking about OG 911 and then Lone Star. But first, the original 911, we're season 5, episode 15. And this episode, like, we miss Eddie in the field for sure. But
we do.
I mean, it like seeing him and May kind of work together to figure some stuff out. I really liked that this episode.
I did too. I really did enjoy it. The influencer whole storyline was hilarious, by the way.
Absolutely.
I did not see that coming either.
No. Is it me or I mean, I know that they're poking fun, but I feel like all these shows keep doing it. They're poking fun at how people like only care about their followers.
Yeah.
Which I say that, but yet here I'm trying to boost up followers for our podcast because I post so much stuff. So
Our defense, I never put that together.
We're not influencing ourselves though. We're influencing
our product, our podcast. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
But exactly. I'm a little over all these episodes on all these different shows about like
influencers.
The people being like, oh wait, my followers want to see that.
Like,
can we just move past this? I'm so over that storyline. But I guess
we got it. Oh, I didn't even realize till just now that we got it in both.
Yeah, that was my issue. It was in
OG
both.
and Lone Star. We got influencer things.
It was like Meanwhile in Texas. It was like the Texas rendition of what happened with OG 911. Like, this is what influencers look like in Texas. Like, what?
Yeah,
that's right. Different.
This is why people have literally asked me, how many horses do you own?
Well, I mean, I'm in Kentucky, so I get the same question. Just, you know.
Do you guys really think we just ride them around everywhere and just?
Yeah. Well, I think people think that like we all live on horse farms.
Yeah.
Like horse farms are expensive. Like, no, we don't at all.
Not everybody.
No,
not most.
My dad was at school. There was a foreign exchange student, and he was like, "So, where's your ranch at?" And my dad was like, "Ranch? What?" And he's like, "You were in Texas. Like, literally every single person who lives in Texas has a ranch, right? Like, that's just how it is." And he's like, "No, not all of us have ranches." It's like, that's right. Not how it all works.
Too funny.
Poor guy got gypped.
I know. He's like, I thought I was staying. He was like, I would have picked a different country.
I thought I was getting a ranch.
I know. I thought I was going to a ranch.
Oh.
But you know, I guess this episode, like this girl here, I mean, she's sort of living up to her LA persona, which we all probably think the LA. I mean, she's all glamorous and stuff, and she's not really like at all.
Definitely not now.
No, definitely not now. I mean, that's so.
I couldn't watch, and I can have a stomach. Like I can eat through like murder shows. Like it doesn't bother me. But that something with that skin.
It unlocked a new fear in my life about like past, like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I didn't even think about that. Like,
I'm not going to anymore.
As soon as she landed, her face hit that rock. I was like, oh,
yeah.
No. I was like, move, and it went off. I was like, oh no.
I'm saying she knocked herself out, so now she's like stuck there. She can't even like save herself, you know.
Just crying.
It's like melted to the rock.
Oh.
Which I was like, girl, why are you like on top of that in your heels? The whole thing is shaking. Like, get down. Like, that was the mom in me. Like, get off the furniture, please. Like, you're gonna fall and hurt yourself.
Mine was like, as soon as I would have felt a shake, guess what? I would not be in the little locked box anymore.
No.
Yeah. She was just trying so hard to stay on and stay in character, but it's like, no, like, just it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But they did some police work.
They did.
Eddie and May.
Mm-hmm.
They found her.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Because of the red Mini Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they found her.
That's a pretty good job finding that.
I know.
I was like, are they seriously going to drive around this entire place looking for a red mini?
I mean, I guess it worked,
They
right?
did, and it worked.
Mhm.
Hey,
They spread out. Yeah. And I guess in that case, it did show like the positive aspect of all the followers and interaction. And so in that case, like they just utilized it for good purposes.
Mhm.
It paid off. But did you
Yeah.
guys notice Buck's reaction when Lucy found the Cooper first? Like he
Oh, I
wanted to be
didn't.
the hero. Yeah, like it looking and she's like found it, and it was almost kind of like I wanted to be the hero, like I wanted to find it. Like it just didn't, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it, but it kind of looked like he was hoping he was the one that found it, and
Mhm.
found it. It looked like it didn't settle well with him.
That's funny.
Of
I didn't notice
course.
that.
Of course, though. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
He's
I
very
mean, I could-
competitive.
yeah, poor Buck. I'm probably reading into it, but I was wondering if that was like a little
No.
plot hole, like just like I don't want to say friction, but just adding to the awkwardness of
Mhm.
Buck and.
I'm sure it was intentional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know how to say this without down talking Eddie, because that is not ever my desire to do. I need Eddie back in the fire station.
Mhm.
Not that I don't think what he is doing, tweeting all day, is very helpful. I mean, he's helped a few times. He's helped some people,
Mhm.
but I really hope he gets his stuff together. I mean, obviously he can't go back how he is right now. I totally get it.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
I really do hope that he you can tell he's missing it.
Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
definitely tell that he's missing the action and everything. In his talk with May about the fear of missing out, you can tell that struck a chord with him as well.
Yeah.
That, I think he's missing out as well.
Yeah, I mean that was just like I like how they've been doing that, like picking a theme and then it just everybody's dealing with that one
Mhm.
thing, so he has the fear of missing out because he's tweeting behind a desk, and that kind of creates that connection with May because she has this fear of missing out. She's seeing this influencer, not knowing the story behind the influencer, which of course she
Yeah.
speaks later, but she's thinking like, what if I step on the butterfly, and suddenly I make the wrong choice, and then what lifestyle am I going to miss out on? What,
Right.
here's
Mhm.
here's this influencer has what she thinks at the time has everything, and I want everything too, and what if I miss the mark, and
Yeah.
obviously she was considering college, work, her whole life, her whole high school career. I'm going to go to this college, like she said, I'm going to be a very specific person, and then traumatic experiences come, and just like with Eddie, his traumatic experience kind of changed his course, his direction,
Mhm.
thinking like, now she took the job, now I'm working here, but now I have to choose, am I going to go to college? And I'm wondering like how they're going to do that, story wise and character wise, because Maddie's back, but she's
Mhm.
not back at work yet. But I
Right.
mean, the show is 911, so you have to like have a main character as the 911 operator. So is May going to go off to work? I mean, to college? Is
Mhm.
Maddie going to feel like she's going to come back to work? Is it going to go back to that? Because once Maddie left, obviously May had to step up.
Mhm.
I think
that-
that's what
yeah.
they're doing. I think
Yeah, I
they're
think so
kind
too.
of taking May out so Maddie will have a spot to come in.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
You think about it, May was kind of the placeholder because you do need that 911 operator as a main character. So if Jennifer Love Hewitt, had to leave the show for a while, well, what are we going to do? Or
Yeah.
we got to fill it. We got to fill it with somebody. Hey, this is
Mhm.
perfect. Let's write it in. But now
Mhm.
she's free to pull back and go back to the original storyline, and Maddie can step back up. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
agree.
okay with that.
yeah, absolutely. I'm really good with that too. And I think just kind of like the behind the scenes logistics wise and then story wise too, that works out because you want to see May,
Mhm.
move on to something else, even like as the talk that Eddie had with her afterwards,
Yeah.
live for yourself. And I think he's kind of seeing that a little bit too, like,
Mhm.
live for yourself, do what you wanted to do. It's admirable to help your family, obviously, but I guess what he's
Yeah.
trying to say is that have it balanced, I guess, is that the word I'm looking for? Like she can
Yeah.
still have a family, she can still be there for them, but she can also, not throw the baby out with the bathwater. And so I think that's what he was trying to say,
Yeah.
kind of like balance out what your plans are.
Yeah. And I like that she actually talked to Athena this time
Mhm.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
didn't try to hide that, how she's,
Yeah.
I feel like in the past she would have
Yeah.
not been so open with Athena. And I'm really glad that she talked to her almost first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That was
They
huge
seem to have
growth.
like a nice adult conversation too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
And I
fighting
mean,
or anything.
yeah, exactly. I was proud of Athena too. My gosh.
Mhm.
She's
She was.
grown because I think in the past she would have really pushed her, yes, go to college, go, 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 go. But
Yeah.
she sees that she's doing okay, not going to college as well. So
Yeah.
I think at that time you just got to tell your kids what's going to make you happy.
Yeah. I mean, they're adults at that point. They gotta make their own decisions. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Give advice and you can help, but yeah, it was pretty cool to see that conversation,
Mhm.
character development,
Yep.
as individuals, but then their relationship as well. So it's cool to see character development like that. Speaking of, May is looking forward to the future, and of course we're talking about May and Maddie. May is moving on, but it looks like Maddie's still stuck a little bit in the past. She still can't seem to let go of her fear of missing out. The
Mhm.
time that's already passed that she feels she's missed out on. She's kind
Yeah.
of stuck in that. Just
Yeah.
I really like the pictures that Chim saved for her, though. All the months he missed and all of her firsts and all the memories he made with her.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
sweet of him to do, but you could tell it really
I
hit
mean,
her hard.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely sweet, but I can't even imagine. I mean, I would think I would be feeling exactly like she is.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't imagine. I mean, really, as a mother and
Mhm.
missing I mean, that's a lot. That's a very important time. Not really for the baby. The baby won't remember that.
Exactly.
I think it's more the mother that would suffer. And it's just, it happens though, really with
Yeah.
postpartum depression. And
Mhm.
I mean, that we know that she had something else. She
It
didn't
was
have
still postpartum, but it was like because of her thyroid or
thyroid or
whatever it was
something.
causing.
Yeah. Which also, I don't even know if we mentioned, I really like that they went that way and just didn't directly blame it on postpartum depression, but they talked about something else that
Mhm.
happens to women that I didn't know anything about. I had no idea.
No, I had never heard of that either. I mean, I have an issue with my thyroid now. I don't think it came, well, I mean, it came about after, but it didn't go away. So I don't know, but I think it was nice that we showed that it's not just there could be just something medically wrong that
Mhm.
go get checked out because it could be an easy fix. So I think that
Yeah.
was nice to bring attention to that.
Yeah,
But
because-
when I look at her, I mean, as a mom that now my kids are almost 6 and 10, thinking about, I mean, I know that they are important times, but it is just a tiny little blurb in their life. And there's
Yeah.
so much more that is to follow that you can make up for this. And so I hope that,
Yeah.
she's starting to realize that.
Yeah. If she didn't go and get the help that she needed and didn't do what she needed to do for herself,
Mhm.
I think that would have caused way more issues down the line.
Yeah.
For not
Yeah.
only Maddie, but Chim and for G.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
for the entire family. She did what she needed to do. And
Yeah.
I've never blamed her for it. I mean, but it is sad, her missing all these things. But I mean, we kind of got a little bit of a first
Yes.
in this
Yes.
one.
Now, is it me? I don't know if this is not, and I brought this with me, but have you guys ever seen The Mandalorian? Disney Plus, Star Wars?
Yes, I haven't watched all of it, but I've
You
definitely
guys heard of Baby Yoda, right?
right.
Hey, I have that
Oh.
same thing.
You have it. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
is it me or did it sound like the noise effects? Like it's Disney, right? It sounded like the same baby. Like this one makes a noise, I think. Let me, if I can. Okay, he's gonna use the force first. So okay, well, okay, he's not making the noise now. But so I'm pretty sure it's Disney. So I'm pretty sure they just use the same soundbite file.
I definitely didn't understand what she was trying to say. I was like,
Don't know.
but either way, it was a special moment. So,
It
but I was like, that didn't sound like mama or dada or anything like that. I wasn't sure what she was trying to say.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm pretty sure it's like they're just like, where's the baby sound bite? Okay, here we go.
Was it trying to her to say a word, or was it trying? This is what I was trying to figure out. Or was it her like holding the spoon, like feeding herself?
I
Like,
think it
what
was her
she feeding
feeding herself for the
Okay.
first time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was her feeding herself for the first time, is what I understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
She stuck the spoon in her mouth with the food on it, and then that's right when she said, oh, she did it the first.
Because they didn't make it real clear. Like they didn't say like, oh, she's feeding herself for the first time. Like I was like, exactly what is she doing? I mean, I don't know.
You're
was
such
trying
a
to
baby person.
I'm pretty sure it was the spoon because I remember thinking that like it's a spoon, right? And then when she started making all the goo goo sounds, I'm like, oh, are they trying to make her say a word? But then
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I was like, no, it's the spoon. It's a spoon because then they showed her a second time and she's doing it again with the spoon. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's feeding herself for the first time.
I don't know about you all, but I was not happy when my kids started wanting to do that because then it's just a mess. Like I actually prefer doing it.
Yeah, I always prefer doing it too.
I mean, I know they have to learn, but it was just a disaster.
I was
never
like
fed
that at
Sophia.
first. Huh?
I never fed Sophia. I started at 6 months and let her feed herself the entire time.
So
Oh,
that's what I
wow.
did with Jacob. I never gave him puree food, like baby food, puree food, nothing. I would just like give him veggies and everything whole,
Mhm.
and he would just gnaw them and eat them, and
Yeah.
never did the baby food thing.
Yep,
I did
that's
the
what I
baby
did. She's
food.
never had baby food.
I did it with Elena more than I did Shelby. And then I think, I mean, everybody knows the second child, you just get a little lazier and like you just don't do it. I'm like, here, just chew on this. Be good.
Oh, Emmett had like, I would go to the farmer's market and buy vegetables and fruit that you could like just get at the grocery store and make his baby food.
Oh, wow.
Like from all different kinds of things and like to introduce him to all different kinds of food. Yeah, Jacob got green beans from a can.
Yeah. No, I was real cautious, like marking down because you're supposed to wait so many days between introducing a new one. And like Elena's had to be exact. Shelby, I'm like, it's been a couple days, right? Nothing's happened. Give her something else. What's in the cabinet?
Like, I like that you waited a couple days. I was like every day.
Yeah, I didn't do that at all.
So much. It was so different.
Luckily, she doesn't have allergies.
I got Emmett allergy tested years later when he was like 5. And he was allergic to everything. I mean, milk, wheat, peanuts, every single food that they tested him for, he blew up on.
Poor guy.
But he eats all of it.
Huh.
And he's never had a problem. And the doctor's like, oh, that's probably because you just gave it to him.
He just built up.
He built up an immunity. I was like, do I stop? She's like, no, keep giving it to him. I was like, okay.
There you go.
Doesn't affect him. Why not?
Yeah. No, I mean, she's right. He's already built up an immunity. That's what you're supposed to do, technically.
Yeah.
So,
that's good.
Yay, G, for her first.
I know. Good job.
Her first solids.
And they got to experience it together. That was so sweet.
Yeah. I like when
G's
there was a little bit of a handhold. You see that?
They're getting back together. They have to. They can't.
I mean,
like that.
Yeah.
Well, duh.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, I think you just needed the storyline. It would have been too convenient for them to just come back as one big happy family. They need to, like,
just a drama.
Yeah, it's a drama. They grew while they were apart, but now they need to show, and we get to see them grow together again. And then their family grow together. I mean, there's just no way they're going to put Hen and Maddie through everything they've gone through, and then it just ends like that. No, that's not.
I mean, if they don't, I mean, I seriously do riot because I mean, like, that's not. I mean, I rooted for them so hard, and then they basically got taken away almost immediately. And no, we're gonna need some happy, like, Chim Maddie time, please.
Absolutely, we need to enjoy it for a minute.
I liked what Buck said to Maddie, though.
I
mean, he's right. That's not the first kid she's raising. She did raise Buck.
Yeah, I thought that was sweet.
She did a pretty good job. He turned out pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy.
For the most part.
He's a little reckless, but he's a good guy. He's got a good heart, you know.
And I think that really hit Maddie in the right spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's on the path to being better, and I think those little moments like that just really kind of pushed her in the right direction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really like when they were in the hospital, and that was last week when they
Yeah, it was
rushed to the
I
hospital.
think so. Yeah.
I wasn't on last week's podcast, so I
I
didn't
know. I
get to
always
talk.
hate it when I miss one because then I'm like, wait, I didn't get to talk about that.
I was just gonna say I really like that Chim told her that he hurt her hand,
Yes.
you know, and I think that really helped her and into this week even.
Yeah.
Like she seemed better.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that it's starting to work. He's just I think Chim's figuring out how to help her more, how to say things and what to say. And I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to tread carefully, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
they'll get there.
I think my favorite part of the episode was Karen and Hen together.
Oh my gosh.
I love her trying to spice up her life by going to an igloo restaurant.
Right? Like, what was that? I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest with
Heard
you.
of that before?
Oh, I
Nope.
have.
I've never seen that before. No.
I've never like gone to one out, but I've heard of them.
Like, why?
I don't
It's not
know.
something I want to do, I don't think.
Like we have something that like we have like a thing like kind of like that, but you don't go and eat. You just like go and look at the Christmassy things.
Yeah.
But it's like the Arctic thing where you have to like put on the huge big jackets and like go through it because they like make the inside of the building like,
Cold.
Yeah.
like 0, whatever.
We
I have no desire to do that.
The cold, I like the cold, but of course, I mean, growing up in Texas, I've never experienced like a real winter, except, well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, unless you watched the beginning of this season of Lone Star, but that's it. That's all. But I do love the cold weather in quotations. But we went on a field trip one time to the grocery store, and so they took us to like the walk-in in the back area, so like we could tour and see what it was like. And the guy was like, okay, we can only be here for like 5 minutes. And he kept pushing it, you know. And we walked in and he had his big old parka on. I don't remember them giving us jackets. They may have, but we're standing there and like our jeans literally started getting frosty. And
Wow.
it started to freeze a little bit. So like we were walking out, like they were really stiff. As we were walking out, like you could hear them crunch as like they were like thawing, and you know, like the ice that had formed on the jeans were cracking. And I was like, you're putting children here. Like we were just kids. It was hilarious.
Wow.
So I'm thinking like when I'm watching that, I'm like, I had flashbacks to like a school field trip.
That
Like,
would
wow.
never happen nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was like, wow, like you could never do that for a child now. Like we're walking out like all frozen. Like we could feel like we kept having to blink because we could feel frost in our eyeballs, you know, and it's like,
Were you in there?
anymore.
What kind of field trip is this?
I know, right?
Only in Texas.
Only in Texas would this happen.
We get field trips, so they just go and lock us in freezers.
I know. It's like, okay, guys, escape room. No, what? It's like this.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we was like no more than 5 minutes, but I guess it was enough to. It's
That's
crazy.
funny. But I like the part too when they get out to the car and they say, you know, the car's been broken into, and she's like, oh, my purse is in there. And she's like, well, your purse? She's like, yeah, this is my purse to look pretty, but like my actual purse was in the car.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
Like here's
I mean-
the purse, and here's just the lipstick that I need for whatever.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
No, I am
I like
paranoid about leaving my purse in the car. No.
like I hide it really like underneath my seat. Like and I double check like 5 times. Like, okay, can you see it? No. Okay. Cool.
Figure out though if I've left it in the car though. I want to say like maybe I've just left it at home and then just come back.
Yeah.
Because like my parents are always like, be aware of your surroundings, like always watch your purse. And I don't think I would just leave it in the car like that. You
Yeah.
know, I think it's
I
always
live in a small town too, though, so like it's
yeah.
not
They're in
quite
LA.
the issue.
We
Yeah,
need to
I mean,
lock
that's a
our
different
cars.
story. I mean, like we've gone to bed like and not locked our door, and then I woke up the next morning. I'm like, oops, door's wide open, or we've left our keys like in the door where we've unlocked it. Like someone could have just taken
Oh
my
my
car,
gosh.
but
That is my in-laws. Thankfully, not anymore. They moved from that house. But
Yeah.
in their old house, their car doors would be open Their house keys would be in the door.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I've
Like
done it a
the
few
car
times.
keys are in the car with door open. I'm like, what? And they lived in Dallas.
Well, that's not good.
Not
I
like
don't
a
live
suburb.
in Dallas, so-
Like in the city?
In the city.
Oh gosh.
Ah,
I wouldn't do that.
those were some angels at work there.
Yikes.
Wow.
I guess not gonna knock on wood. They don't live out there anymore, but I don't think nothing ever happened.
It's lucky.
Wow, that's crazy.
But poor Karen. I mean, she's like
Aw.
feeling old, and I feel her, like, just not, I don't know. But I have no desire to go out and do anything like I
Mhm.
don't want to go to a nightclub or do anything fun like that. Like,
No.
I'm good.
No.
No, thank
I
you.
was like 11 streaming services. Yeah, like put your pajamas.
I
That's
mean,
for me.
I felt like attacked, like personally attacked when she said that, because I was like, how many streaming service do I have? Like probably like 11 or 12.
I thought that too. Yeah, this in here. I mean, well, look at all. It's what we do. So I'm like,
We own 17 Facebook groups about TV. So
It's part of our jobs, okay?
exactly.
if we don't get paid for it, so
I know.
I don't know if it's worth it.
I'll volunteer for a nonprofit.
Oh,
I know that's
yeah,
right.
no.
Oh, but no,
felt
I
called
did
out.
really resonate with her. I was like, oh, even now we're sitting here talking about it. All I want to do right now is go get in my bed
Oh,
because that just seems so nice and
Yeah.
comfy. And I cleaned my bed today. So,
I
it's
want
going
to
to be
like
all
curl
like
up in the bed
nice.
and watch some more Chicago Fire. This is what I've been thinking about all day. So
it's the life. It's the goal. What are you
Right.
talking about?
I've been watching too much PD.
they
Speaking of PD,
I mean, I know they
Also
got their
with Hen and
detectives
Karen.
on. They cracked me up. Like, I mean,
she jumped out of bed.
Karen got excited. Like, let's do it. She's on a hunt for this.
And
And I loved, what was it? Oh, the bartender, when she was like, "You're not Henrietta. What's her last name? Whatever it was.
Wilson.
Wilson, yeah." And she was like, "Well, neither is she."
That's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
caught her.
caught her, and that girl was
Awesome. Yeah, that was. It was very satisfying to know that she was not going to get away with what she was trying to do.
And then them staying after. I did love that though. Like, I mean, maybe if I was there, I would stay and have some fun before I went home. But it was cool to see them like dancing and having a good time. Like, I really liked that.
They needed that. Are they not fostering anymore? Am I forgetting something?
They mentioned something about their foster kids, but it's not like they've shown us any.
Do they
Did they
still have
mention-
the foster kids? I know one of them like went back.
Well, Denny is theirs, or it's at least, I mean, he's adopted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Where
and
like
then
they're going out to all these places. Where are their children?
I
Is
think
Hen-
she got a sitter, I think, because I remember her saying, like, "Hey, I've got a sitter.
Okay.
Go
Okay.
out. No, we're gonna stay home after all." And then it was like, "No, let's go catch a thief." So I think the older one they still have, but the younger one went back with her biological mother, I think.
That's right. So they're not
But I-
fostering anymore.
well, I thought I heard her say something about
I
like,
did too.
so maybe there is a foster kid we just haven't seen on, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. Like that
don't
that
know.
part kind of confused me.
Yeah.
So I was like, do they? I know they have Denny, but
Yeah.
when it came to the foster kids, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know they
Can't
don't have the little
remember.
girl.
They had
anymore,
her,
but-
then she went back.
Yeah, but maybe they have another one, so be
Yeah.
nice if they showed us so we would know.
I know.
But I don't know. So those were some really fun scenes, but man, there were some emotional scenes this episode too.
Ouch.
Wasn't there?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, we started out with the influencer who I think we've already spoken enough about.
We talked about her. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need any more of that talk. But also the wedding.
Amanda, did you see, like, I tagged you when we were talking about this? It reminded me so much of you and I, like, while we're like chatting while we watch like Love is Blind.
Yes.
How about people love those shows? Because me and Amanda get into Love is Blind. Like, we have a full-on conversation as we watched the finale together and chatted. So
Jeanette, you still have not watched The Ultimatum.
I
And
know.
I'm telling you, take a
I
break.
know. I
It
can't.
only took me like 2 days to like watch it.
All
You can
right.
fly through it. It's not fun. But it's Nick Lachey and Vanessa.
Oh, it's them too.
Again.
I didn't know
Yes.
that.
So it's like the same kind of production team and everything. I enjoyed it. I've already
All right.
finished
Is
it.
it a train wreck like Love is Blind?
Oh yeah, it's just as good.
Awesome.
It's even crazier. You want to know what they do? I'll do it in like a 2-sentence thing.
Do it.
So it's an ultimatum. So one person wants to get married in the relationship, one person doesn't want to get married in the relationship. They bring in there for their ultimatum, like you either marry me or you're out. So for the first 3 weeks, they live with somebody else's person who came.
Oh, like of the opposite sex?
Yeah. And so they
Oh.
live with somebody else's boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and they live together for 3 weeks. And then after that 3 weeks
That's
is over,
no
they
way
go,
that's gonna end well. No way.
they go and they live with 3 weeks with their original person.
So it depends on how terrible the other person was if you're gonna appreciate getting your person back or not.
It's a really good show.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Well, like good as in
Sound like something Buck would enjoy.
yeah, good as
When
in
Buck-
trashy talk.
Yeah, when Buck, I was like, see, I knew I loved him. When he got all excited like about being on the show and like how he loved it, I was like, see, Buck would watch this with us.
I would totally hang out and watch that with y'all.
Absolutely.
And I like that she got married to somebody else.
I was so concerned about her, but like, what about her? She went to
Whatever.
get married, like he didn't even realize like it wasn't even about him. Like she was so way beyond him. Like she was already
Yeah.
with the
Don't worry
next
about
guy.
her.
I just felt kind of bad for him. I'm like, he's trying to be considerate of her, and it's like,
That one was hilarious.
Mhm.
man,
It
Okay.
was.
so many emotions in this show.
Mhm. So the influencer one I felt was just like sad and gross.
Mhm.
Well, and it was a little bit redeeming because then she was able to,
Yes.
Yeah.
come back to reality and realize what's important.
The wedding one was like funny, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like really exciting. Like it
Mm-mm.
was, I mean, he just like fell. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
not that funny. The third one though,
I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest.
Why are they doing this to us again? Well, I was thinking, no, we just went through it in Lone Star a couple of
man,
back. And I'm thinking, there's no way this was gonna have a happy ending. But at least
no,
it
why
had
are
a
they
little
gonna do
bit more-
that?
I had a little more resolution than the Lone Star incident. But why they have to go and do that,
I
Right?
full on sobbed when she
Mhm.
gets on the like mic to talk to her kids.
Oh
Yeah.
goodness.
I did shed some tears at that part. I did.
I'm not, it wasn't even like tears. It was like red nose, like sobbing from me. It was like not good.
Yeah, it brought tears to my eyes,
It
So
was
sad.
I was like, no, like go get her out. It's okay. They got
I
her.
thought so too.
They got her. It's okay. And then like she's like saying her goodbyes, and I was like, okay, well, like work
Let's
on
go.
her. Like do something. And they're
Yeah.
not doing anything. I'm like,
Yeah.
Is there gonna be some miracle when they get her out? Or what no, we're okay, we're just killing
No,
her.
she's just dead.
Okay. This is okay,
When the
Shonda.
Right. When that older girl, when they were like, why are the sirens not on? And she was like, she doesn't need sirens anymore.
Oh,
Oh, when those little girls were in that fire truck, just like laughing and like
They didn't get it.
appreciating, and then the older daughter just knew. You can just
whole
see her
time.
face compared to the two little ones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my heart broke.
Mhm.
And then as soon as that, she's like, she doesn't need them anymore. Those girls, they just immediately knew.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
I did like the part after that though with their dad. And when they're
Yeah.
standing there and like the big sister she kind of stepped up and was holding their hands and saying that mom is still there and stuff.
I did
was
like that too.
It's really nice.
That was really
Yeah.
beautiful. That was the resolution that we didn't get, in Lone Star when they're, with
Yeah.
the mother, and we got to get it here. And I'm glad they kind of did that because it would have been hard to have it twice. So, odd, jarring, but how sweet that the mother got to say goodbye to her children. And
Yeah.
the little girl, like she was able to carry on, and what
Yeah.
what
It
the
kind of
mother-
came full circle.
it did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. But I mean, Fox, I know they're partnered with like Disney, aren't they?
I
I
think
was
so.
gonna say this is turning into a freaking Disney movie. Like, why we gotta keep killing the parents?
Oh yeah,
Stop.
that's right. What it's like Finding Nemo
Stop. No, every single
Why?
Disney movie. Jeanette's over
Mhm.
here judging me because she knows I'm not a big fan of Disney. They
True.
kill every freaking parent.
They do.
Tell me a movie. I'll tell you a parent that's dead.
Oh no, they all like
Cinderella,
I was gonna say even Cinderella. Something
Snow White, Beauty and the Beast,
trying to think, is there any
Little
Disney
Mermaid.
princess? You know what, Mulan?
Lady and the Tramp.
Moana. She has both parents. too.
Moana and Mulan has both parents.
Okay,
Right.
those don't count. Those aren't good.
They're still there.
Well,
I'm just
I like
saying.
Moana actually. I do like Moana, but the grandma died.
Rapunzel, both
Okay.
parents, and she's reunited at the end. It's a nice happy ending.
And
Who
you
dies in
have
it?
Just 'cause she spent like 18 years kidnapped with the
It's
crazy.
okay. Look, her parents are alive. That was the criteria Amanda just gave me, and I just proved it wrong. So
like I don't care about the kidnapping. Her parents
No.
Finding Nemo.
Finding
Oh,
Nemo. Yeah, that's why I said
dead.
Nemo all over again. This episode was Finding Nemo.
Dumbo broke my soul.
I can't even.
Dumbo broke me.
What is that song, Baby My? I can't listen to it without crying. That song that Mama Dumbo like sings to him or whatever.
I can't. I
Yeah.
still to this day can't watch that movie. Like,
No, it's
I
terrible.
don't remember that song. Maybe I blocked it out.
You probably
You
did because
probably
it's
did.
traumatic.
just keep it
Yeah.
blocked out.
I
Don't
will
watch
do that.
Dumbo.
I will do that. Did you guys? Well, I mean, did you guys survive the Brave Little Toaster? I think.
Oh, I forgot that movie
Why did I
existed.
even bring that up? Forget it. Let's just backtrack.
I forgot about that movie.
Mhm.
On purpose. You see, that's your block. So we're just all block all the painful memories together.
Mhm.
No, their Disney took over Fox. Now Fox is going to start killing all the parents.
Well, look,
They
Fox just killed Carol off, like in The Residence.
I know.
Another
Doing
parent.
that, another parent.
First they killed AJ's dad, then they killed Devin's dad, then they killed
They're
Then
taking
they
them
killed
all.
Gigi's mom.
killed Gigi's mom.
Well, all I know is like next week, the preview. Have you all seen that? Because there may be some like
I did
dramatic events
not.
happening.
I did
Yeah.
not. I know you guys were talking about it.
Well, Amanda, there's a lot that
Yeah.
happens, I think.
There's quite a bit. I'm thinking
Ooh,
there's
Mace
just no
trap.
way.
Bobby's down. Ooh, what happened to Albert?
He drops into like a fire. Like we don't know what happens to
he's
him.
like dangling on the edge and
Oh
then just
man,
drops into flames.
I've been getting a bad feeling that they were going to have him out pretty
I
soon.
was-
Bobby,
He wasn't a red shirt. No. Yeah,
what,
Bob.
Bobby and May are like trapped in a building. Like
He'll be fine.
just
Yeah, I'm thinking like the preview end. was,
Albert,
like,
maybe not.
Yeah. Oh
Probably
god.
not.
But you see, Albert's awesome. Like, don't kill him off. Just leave him there in the background. You know, you don't have. If you don't want him on screen, that's okay. Just bring him out at Christmas and don't kill him off.
I agree.
You know?
Christmas and birthdays.
Yeah, Christmas and birthdays. Gia needs her uncle. You know.
No.
It seems like super concerning about Bobby, but I don't think they're gonna go there. I don't think they really could.
No,
But you
unless
know,
he wants out. But I think we would have already heard
Would've
something
heard
about that.
there would have been press releases and everything. They're just trying to put us on the edge of our seat. But
Yeah, it's not
just
Grace.
yeah, exactly.
Knock on
But
wood here.
Albert may be in trouble.
Albert, yeah, that one I could see because he hasn't really been in it too much.
Mm-mm.
So I feel like if they killed him off, then maybe, I mean, it would suck, but you can kind of keep on going, I guess. I don't know
Yeah,
how to say that in a nice way. Like it's
he's
not,
not going to interrupt the main cast because
Yeah.
you don't see him that often. you
but I
know?
really do love Albert and I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
'Cause I really do like his character.
Yeah, he's an incredible character. I mean, they almost killed him off in the car accident, you know, and then he ends up surviving that. So maybe it's just another moment. I mean, look at Eddie, how many times he's almost died and didn't. So I have a feeling like if they've almost died once and survived, then they're gonna like continue to survive. But I don't know. He's not like a main character. He's just there on occasion. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
How many times has Paul almost died too?
Right.
PK.
Really.
GK.
Yeah. TK's like literally died for like 30 seconds and then
Mhm.
maybe more than that. But yeah, exactly.
No.
So
All right. Well, next week, I guess we'll see. So moving on to
We had another influencer. Again. On Lone Star.
Mhm.
Just Texas style.
That was so weird. Like I didn't like that much at all, to be honest with you.
This one made
No.
me crack up. So I was laughing this one.
So first of all, I'm like, okay, if the thing crawled on your leg, why would you still try to stab it?
Yeah, I
Because
was
it's on your leg. So you're gonna stab yourself.
yeah. Like when he started hitting the ground and his hand was nearby, I thought he was gonna get his hands. And I'm like,
Yeah, I did too. I was like,
buddy.
oh.
But like his leg. Come on, nobody's that naive, you know.
Well, when he did it, and then when they got there and they found him,
It
I was like,
burrowed
why did
inside
you
of
pull
him.
it out?
I know. Like grab it and
Pull
pull
it out. Wasn't he supposed to be like a survivalist? Wouldn't you know, like not to pull it out? I mean, he ended up being okay. I guess it was fine, but if I stabbed myself, I think I would have left it in there.
And what is like?
Oh, I thought
I
you
mean,
meant pull the lizard out. No,
Oh,
like
no. The knife.
knife. Yeah, I thought you're supposed to leave it in there unless you
yeah, I mean,
pressure.
that's our medical knowledge,
Yeah.
Amanda. That if you get stabbed by something, you leave it in there.
Yes.
Just leave it.
Knife, tree branch, pole, anything that can get
Just leave
lodged
it.
in your body, you're supposed to leave there and let a medical professional remove it.
But what I mean, what is an alligator lizard? Is that a thing? Like,
I don't
Yeah.
know. I wasn't familiar with that.
I'm
Okay,
not
so y'all don't
familiar
have
with it
those
either.
running
But-
around, right? I mean, like,
No.
okay, I didn't know.
But I wasn't surprised to find out that there was like a lizard that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, there's
think
so
I've ever
many.
heard-
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about lizards.
Jeez.
Like, we don't have
real.
lizards in Kentucky, really. So
Really, like not like ours, like saying like our mailboxes and like our
Nope.
porch and our garages. We have like a lot of them, like
no, it's not
like
a
the
thing
ones
here.
that are like this big, and they're
It's
like
not a thing
green.
here.
No,
No,
We have more geckos than anything, which is nice because of like the little critters. So I'm
yeah,
like,
you're more south of me, so you have more humidity, don't
Yeah.
because
you?
when we were in Florida at Disney, I mean, my kids thought it was super cool to see like all those lizards. Because I mean, there was like we counted from like the lobby of our hotel just to our room, which we
Yeah.
didn't have very far to walk. I counted 15 one day.
Oh yeah, they're
was like-
insane.
There's so many.
Grocery stores.
Yeah, no, we don't have lizards. I mean, we have them, I'm sure, but like they're not like out in the neighborhood, like on the sidewalks and stuff. You know, like
No,
no, they're like out. in the
nothing that
woods
looks
somewhere.
that scary either. By the way, that thing
No.
even looked really not
Mm.
friendly.
it looked like a baby out, like a tiny alligator. That's why they call it alligator lizard. I don't think we have quite that many lizards. Like I see them out, like, but not like in a hotel room or something. Like not like that, you know. Ouch.
Weird.
And Tommy
Anyways.
just sticking her hand up there, and I was like, ugh.
Taking one for the team.
And as soon as she left, she sat there and was still like, oh, she's gonna try to make it bite her. So she
Uh-huh.
could yank it out. And she did. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, Tommy handles business. Like she's like, I'm gonna get it out of there. Like
I loved it.
gross.
I mean, honestly, I probably would have tourniqueted it and then be like, let's go to the hospital and they can deal with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got it out.
Well, I was thinking too, like, why is that guy still leaving it there? Like, he should have like figured out a tourniquet, you know, not only for his wound, but for that. And then I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, you can just block it from going higher and then get it out later. But I guess maybe because he's inside, he could cause more and more damage. So they're like,
Maybe.
get it out
I don't
now.
know.
He
Yeah,
looks
probably.
comfy. Just leave him there.
Just leave him there.
Oh, gross.
I just wouldn't wanted to. I would have been like, I don't want to take it out. I
Ew.
don't want to do that.
That
It's
is
part of my leg now.
wonder, like, calling, and I know it.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then, God, we had that
the
other
next one
call.
was, ooh,
That next call was, oh God, it was so sad. Like,
Pretty bad.
I mean, poor Dave took it so hard, you know, like,
oh,
I mean, this guy, like, I mean, just, nothing scares me more than to think about like dying in a fire.
I
Like,
know. I kept
Mhm.
thinking they were gonna get to him, and I was like, why? Where's like Owen and everybody? Like, where's the team?
there was,
Like,
I think there was no way with the fire the way it was and him being on the 5th floor. I don't think there was any way they were getting to him. You know, I mean, I think it just,
I know, but
And it
not with there not being any windows in the room or anything to like,
get him
I mean,
from the
you're just-
outside.
And I hope that like I'm sure he will like shouldn't you report that like if blueprints don't
You're
match?
supposed to. Yeah.
Because his blueprints said there's supposed to be like big bay windows in there and there's nothing. Like I feel like that would be you would get hit with some kind of fee or charge or fine or something.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess, where the guy was at that point, I mean, probably even if the blueprints were right, I'm not sure that Dave would have had any other options of where to send him. So, I mean,
yeah, there was nothing else. I mean, you saw the fire. I mean, there was a reason why it looked as violent as it did. You know, there was no way he was going to make it out. And that was obviously the point of the plot. But yeah, I totally thought he was going to make it out. Even sitting there when he was saying his goodbyes and realizing, I was like, no, it's not the end. He thinks it's the end.
No.
And
I did too. I was like, oh, they're going to come in and even like, he's probably going to get like a phone call, like saying like they rescued him. He's okay.
Yeah. Even afterwards, like, oh, it's always hard losing your first caller. I'm thinking like, yeah, but we're still going to find out that something happened, or, they still haven't confirmed it. Like I couldn't let go of that feeling until like halfway through the episode,
Yeah.
Couldn't let go of Dave. No, not Dave. What was the guy's name?
He kept saying it over. See, we were just so traumatized. I can't
think of it. I'm not waiting. I'm not wasting any more time on it. But no.
And then we
sad.
We had our clown, which I don't know. The whole clown storyline bugged me. But we can talk more about that here in a little bit. But I knew that it was gonna be that kid's dad. Like the whole time the mom's talking about him, I was like, well, that's dressed up as a clown, which I'm not sure.
As soon as the draft thing happened, I'm like, it's gotta be his dad.
I did too. She's like, I wonder how he knows that was his favorite. I was like, oh, that's dad.
I don't have a thing against clowns. I don't really care either way. I've never once thought about getting a clown for my kid's birthday. Like, I think it's weird, and I don't know why people like do that.
On One Tree Hill, when Deb got the clown for Jamie, I was like,
okay.
I always thought that was such a random. What?
Like, I've
Jamie
never, and
wouldn't want a clown.
And I've never even known anyone in real life, and I've been to lots of kids' birthday parties. Never once has there been a clown at one of these birthday parties.
No.
The only clown is Gaddy Town, and he's not even a clown. No, he just makes balloon animals. It's not even a clown. I'm trying to think. I've only seen clowns at the circus. It's the only time I've ever seen them.
All of a sudden, they were everywhere this episode.
Yeah, and Owen, not a fan, which I thought that was a weird storyline, but that's just me.
Where did that come from? Like, what? I guess this
I still don't understand it.
I think we have more to find out. I guess we figured out that this all stems, I guess, from his dad because of the whole Sonny Boy thing. But where do the clowns come into play?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. What does the clown have to do with it?
I thought we were gonna have maybe he had a birthday party where he had a clown and his dad died of a heart attack that day. Like, I thought there was gonna be some tie-in to the clown, but there never was.
No. Maybe he honestly just does have a clown phobia.
I mean, Owen's kind of an odd guy, so it's possible that he just has a fear of clowns.
That's very true.
It just came out of nowhere. It seemed very out of place.
Yeah, agreed.
I feel like, if it was like a different type of fear, I think there was different types of fears that they could have used that would make more sense.
Yes.
But going into
any of the one they used last episode from the fear phobia.
Yeah. Like, what? I just
not a furless cat or something.
Those.
What was his name? Horatio.
They're gonna dive into why it's a clown next week. I think because it did feel really random, so I think it's just gonna be like kind of explain itself away because we don't know the story of him and his father. I mean, obviously until he said it to his therapist, but there's gonna be more details to that. So I think that's gonna help explain the clown away. But I was thinking too, maybe because a clown is a person, versus like he's not gonna, I don't know everything that has happened with him and his father. Obviously he left, what his father's reasons were for leaving, but a clown is a person versus like having a fear of like a lion or a spider. Like he's not going to associate his father with like a tarantula, that's maybe why I thought it's a clown, but I'm excited to see how they're going to kind of explain why his phobia is a clown and not anything else, and how it connects to that.
It may be, honestly, it might have just been he's terrified. I have a cousin who's terrified of clowns. Yeah. So I guess it could be a thing. It just, I hope they do tie it in with something with his dad so it makes more sense and it wasn't just such a
random
out
of the blue.
And it is actually a big fear of everybody. Sounds like that wasn't nice. You guys just deep throwing around clowns everywhere in this episode, by the way.
I just kept thinking, like, when the clown fell through at the birthday party, I'm like, well, there are all those, adults. What is the name of the clownophobia? I can't think of them, but suddenly they just created a bunch of adults with that phobia. Like, all those kids are gonna have a fear of clowns now, and they're gonna be adults getting therapy because they have the same phobia that
I thought the clown. I thought something really awful was going to happen. He was going to die because I was thinking the same thing. Well, now all these kids are going to be scared of clowns too. There's a traumatic event. Like I thought that's where we were going. That maybe some sort of traumatic event happened to Owen as a child.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But also, Tommy and Judd, their reactions to this were just the icing on the cake. By the way,
back me up.
He's like just Owen sitting there with a thumbs up. Judd's like, thumbs up.
So funny.
Tommy's like, oh, don't even.
Keep moving. It didn't happen.
But I like that TK's like doesn't even know anything about this. And
no,
I guess, can you just get a phobia in the middle of your life? I guess he had that dream and it kind of opened it up. Isn't that kind of where it came from?
I think so, yeah.
No, he had the dream after the therapist brought it up.
Oh, he had like a reaction. That's the way he had like a reaction to something.
He was doing that. What is it?
But
EMDR thing.
Yeah.
It's not like a fear of snakes or spiders or something like that, or heights. So like clowns were never present. TK would have no idea because it's not like clowns are part of your everyday life to where you might know that you're afraid of them.
True.
So you probably never told him.
I mean, if you don't like clowns, I guess you really wouldn't put yourself in a situation to where you're around clowns.
I mean, TK's probably never been to the circus,
Maybe with his mom.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe so.
Maybe with his mama. But I like that he's seen a therapist with. I never once, and I don't know why, thought that Owen had a rage issue.
Oh, I did.
I never thought of rage. I mean, obviously he's very quick to punch, and that's kind of like an ongoing joke. But
but like
deep rage,
I think he's definitely got. I mean, the anger management for sure. I mean, he likes punch. I mean, how many people has he punched in just a few seasons?
I forgot about that.
Kind of a lot.
A little rage-ish.
He's a little ragey. I've never punched anyone in my whole life, so I mean,
I haven't either.
A little ragey.
Oh my gosh! This week, Grace and Judd. By the way,
my favorite part of the episode.
This Dave, holy moly, was this hilarious. Because I loved Dave the first time we met him. And then this episode just sealed the deal for me.
Yeah.
It's funny. I mean, like when he's sitting there from the moment, I don't know if you guys watch Doctor Who, but like he had like a little Dalek, a toy doll. He has all his toys on his desk. Like a little Dalek from Doctor Who. And then he had like the 10th Doctor toy from Doctor Who, which the 10th Doctor played by David Tennant. Like that's my favorite Doctor Who Doctor. Like he's one of my favorite actors. Like I waited in line the whole day to meet him at Comic-Con. It's just like David Tennant. That moment on, like I was just like the Dalek, the 10th Doctor, and it just kind of it went from there, So it was hilarious. But
he was the best Doctor.
Yeah, he was the best Doctor. Thanks. I got to tell him that to his face. I was like, "You're my favorite Doctor," and then I hugged him, and like that was like the highlight of my life.
I'm very jealous right now.
But I'm pretty. My mom does, and that is also her favorite Doctor because I've heard her say it. So
yeah, no, he's the best Doctor. Like I was famous. I had the picture of us together for my profile picture at work, and I like accidentally went viral because everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, you met David Tennant." I'm like, I didn't just meet him, I hugged him. Like it was so exciting.
Aww.
I totally fangirled like right now. But yeah,
I got to touch him.
Not that creepy. But you're like, that would be me. Yeah, that's true. That's perfect.
That's funny.
Yeah. But it was pretty awesome, to see that, and then like luring him in with like Judd's
potato salad.
which was a perfect callback. Like that was so funny. Like you just thought it was a joke from like the old episode, and then suddenly they're like, "He's got a potato salad."
I was like, just little ears perked up.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, potato salad and bourbon.
What did he call it?
Tipple.
Tipple. A British thing.
Yeah,
British thing. I love how like I have no idea a word he just said.
Grace, when she woke up in the morning, why are you still here?
Oh my gosh.
Ask you why you're still in my house.
Yeah.
When Judd
though.
was explaining that, oh yeah, I told him he could stay. I'm like, Judd, why? Why would you do that without talking to her? Like,
well, I mean, he was drinking. Like I
He's
would have been
typical-
completely fine with that, but
yeah.
then with the whole plumbing issue,
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? I would have been like, you at least needed to talk to me about that first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
One night on the couch is one thing.
Yeah.
Look at such a typical guy, like just not reading the cues, not understanding that maybe she wouldn't want him there. Like, it was just crap. But he was really good with the baby and everything. So, like, look, if he's going to get up in the middle of the night with the baby and I don't have to, I might let him stay a few days.
I gave her Tums. What did you give her Tums?
Now, I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, you did what? And here she's like, you gave my infant child.
I mean, he's a 911 dispatcher, doesn't he like probably know. I think they know stuff like that.
I know. It says not to give it to him on the bottle because I've looked before. Now, and I know that my Elena got him because my brother, he had some one time, and I mean, he doesn't have kids, so she was little and she wanted one, and I think she ended up giving her like 3, and I'm like, Andrew, stop, like she's not allowed to have those. But he's like, man, she thought they tasted good. I'm like, stop it. She was like 3. And I was like,
Maybe.
but I mean, it didn't hurt her at all, but
I mean, he's right. They're just calcium. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
I
fine.
think a portion of it, like not all of it, I think.
Yeah. Like, doctors all the time, like, it's fine to give them adult medicine. You just gotta, it always says, ask the doctor,
Mhm.
Usually you ask the doctor and they say, yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's some things you cannot give a baby, obviously.
Right.
But a lot of it you can. You just have to call the doctor,
Know what the
ask, and they'll tell
dosage.
you how much to give them.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have given the baby the Tums just because I wouldn't have known it was safe. If my doctor said I could, then I would. But
Yeah.
I mean, but I just thought he's a 911 dispatcher. He kind of knows these type of things, probably. So
Probably. But Grace seemed a little worried about it. So
yeah.
I think.
But once he said that, she was like, "Oh, all right."
If the baby started to get sick, they would have been on top of it. But still,
Yeah.
go through that if you don't have to,
Right.
Maybe he's used Tums for a baby in a call before, and he just was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. I mean, it seemed to work for little belly issues. So poor Grace over there at Tommy's house, just laying on the couch, just relaxing.
I gave him the car.
Yeah, she was like, I'm done. I mean, imagine like you were with this man 24/7, like,
and you're not my husband.
No, I don't even want to be with my husband that much. I definitely don't want to be with some strange guy,
No. You're in carpool, and it was always her car that.
Oh, every time, yeah.
And I was like, Grace, Judd, do you not get what's going on here?
Yeah. But I mean, it turned out that like he was doing it just because he thought that they wanted him to.
No.
I think that whole thing was my favorite,
Me too.
And then Gina Torres, like her Zoe, like Josh was like, that was Zoe right there. Like that sass that came out when she's like, honey, you are not Jesus. And I can't say it as good as she did, but like that sass that came out, Josh was like, oh yeah, that's Zoe from Firefly. Like that's it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. I kept thinking like, why is this serpent's gentle as doves? Like, yeah, you can help him out, but you got to use common sense with these things, and of course he was like thinking the same thing, like he's kind of not wanting to tell them, but yet she's not wanting to tell them. It's that whole scene was hilarious. But yeah, I love how she was like, okay, Lord, give me strength, give him strength, and then as he's talking, and I'm thinking, she did ask for him to have strength. Like,
Would she say, God gave him a little too much strength or whatever?
Like, God, you really gave him a lot of strength there.
Yeah.
Appreciate it though, but it's like, yeah, like you really like, hey, he just really laid it on there. But it was funny because I thought she was gonna get angry and offended, and I think she would have if it weren't for the fact that she was like, I just asked for strength. That's the strength I asked for. I'm rid of this problem. Okay, I'm just gonna take the win,
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, he's gone. So just roll with it. There's no reason to even cause trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Just let it go. But
yeah.
I mean, he really looked like he wanted to stay there while he was there, though.
Yeah, he did. He made himself really comfortable for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, what are you talking about feeling smothered? Like you're over there like taking all the hot water, making all the food, like, and you're being smothered. He did say, family togetherness, which was nice. I think, that was the original thought was, hey, come on over, have a family dinner with us. We're going to get you through a hard time, and it is nice. They're just family, they have a baby, and, it's just, it seems like it's just really great. Charlie just has like a really great, family, but still he's like, I'm just being smothered by y'all. And I had to cross the Atlantic to get away from family togetherness, and now I'm stuck with it. And it's like, what are you talking about? But it's classic Dave, though. I mean, I don't think it could have gone any other way.
No. But then TK and Carlos they got a family pet. I loved it. Poor Carlos.
It's gonna be traumatized.
There's no way. I don't know. Funny story though, like the day before I watched this episode, we're at the pet store. We're picking up like gifts for my mother-in-law's dog. It was his first birthday. So we had to go buy him some presents. Okay. So the girls are there and they're like, they want a guinea pig. They want this. I'm like, you're not doing that. And I said, you'd be more likely to talk me into like a turtle or something. Well, then of course, Elena's like, oh, that means I can have a turtle. I'm like, no, that's not what I said. Okay. We're not getting a turtle. And Shelby decides she wants a lizard. We didn't get that either. But I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind have a lizard. But now I'm not so sure. Like I know it wouldn't be an alligator lizard, but no. I don't know. That creeped me out that it got out of its cage. Like
our lizard has never once gotten out of his cage. Okay. Now it did when I was younger, but that's because we would let him like get out sometimes. But if you keep the lid on your cage and you have the right size tank for your lizard, then they're not gonna. I've never really had one. Make sure you have a good tank. Keep it latched. Yeah. And then we have like lights set on top of it. He never gets out. I let him out sometimes and let him run around the house.
If he's docile though, because it's your pet, I mean, it's not obviously you're not gonna have a poisonous pet. It's so tiny, it bites you, it's not gonna cause any like major harm. So, but like wouldn't it just like crawl on you and be like, hey mom, because it's your pet, you feed it. And
I think my dog and cats would like die if there was like a lizard crawling around.
Really, like the lizard would probably get eaten or something. I don't know.
I've told you guys the story about mine getting out it got out in July and reappeared in February.
No.
Did I not do that?
I don't know that story.
Where
was it?
Yeah, it was whenever I was like in high school. We had a Savannah monitor and it was like, I don't know, around 2 feet long.
2 feet long?
Yeah, with tail and everything.
Then where did it go hide? I mean,
we don't know. It got we would let it get like be out sometimes, but it like we were cleaning its cage and it disappeared. Like we couldn't find it anywhere. And we're like, okay. So we just like, okay, he'll like show up sometime. I mean, we ended up getting rid of the cage. Like the thing was just gone. Like it was July and August, September, October, November, December. And we were like, it was like February the next year. We're like sitting in the living room and all of a sudden he just came trouncing around through the living room.
Yeah, that is
where the heck you been?
Just all fat and sassy. I don't know what he's been eating.
Back for my vacation. Yeah, he probably was just out. You just say you lived out kind of in the country a little bit. So.
We lived out in the country, yeah. So I'm sure he
lived off the land.
He was fine.
It's so
Oh,
crazy.
We ended up giving him away because we had given away all his things.
Oh, he came all the way home. Well, he found a new home, a happy one.
Yeah, we gave him to somebody.
It's like, sorry, man, you left. You don't get to just waltz back in here 6 months later.
You left. You're out.
Yeah. Bye.
No second chances here.
We sold your bed. It's gone. You know.
Welcome to the cruel reality of the real world.
I don't think my mom minded.
Probably not.
I wonder if the little alligator lizard, do those grow or was it full grown? You know.
I don't know.
I don't think TK even, I mean, he doesn't know. He just brought it home.
He just brought it home.
He was so happy though. Like I wouldn't be able to send it away either. He was just so happy with it.
I'm glad though that
Little
it was
kid at Christmas.
oh, when he was like, it's gotta go, right? Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm glad it kind of came from him. And yeah, because he saw Carlos making the effort. Like he's like, did we get robbed? You know, Carlos had turned the whole apartment upside
He
down.
was looking for it.
I know. It does say with their large heads and powerful jaws, alligator lizards are capable of inflicting a nasty and painful bites.
No. Yeah, that guy needs to go. Does not need to be a household pet. He needs to go live his life
A dog.
in a better place.
They don't get any more bigger than 6 inches though. So no, I'm glad he found them though.
Yeah.
Poor Carlos. He was beside himself.
He was.
Because I feel like my thought would been like, he definitely thinks I got rid of this thing on purpose. Like that would be my one thought. Like, I didn't like this pet and now it's gone. I'm gonna get blamed for it.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't want to live in this house with it loose. Like, you know,
That would be me. Like, I'm not going to bed until this is returned to its cage.
No,
absolutely.
not that thing. Not once I saw it in somebody's leg flailing
No.
around.
Gross.
I'm like, nope, you like blood.
Yeah.
Not
How
happening.
sweet was Carlos?
I loved him. I mean, it was
Carlos
just the
was
best.
really nice this week on that bike. Yes.
Well, that too.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
I like it when he had his glasses on again. There's something about Carlos and glasses
I
that I
know.
really like.
I
Like, boy,
didn't-
get rid of your contacts. You need to wear your glasses all the time.
No, I don't think so. Because I like that when we get the little glimpses of him in the glasses. I don't know. I think if he wore him all the time, I don't know if I'd be more okay with that than when we get like the sexy like reading Carlos.
Like in his sweatpants hanging out on the couch. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Agreed.
I like it.
Next week, we get to meet Owen's dad. I'm actually really excited to see this episode.
I am too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting for sure. Of course, I mean, it looks like he's like not in good shape. He was like in a hospital bed, so we don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah.
After hearing about, everything this week he was talking about in therapy, I'm interested to meet his dad.
Mhm.
I
Me too.
know.
Me too.
It doesn't look good for Judd next week.
That part
Oh,
stresses me out.
Yeah, like he's out riding with his son and he falls off the horse. I
Ooh,
don't know what happens, but
ouchie.
Here's the thing, okay? Like we're already worried about Albert and Bobby and May and the other one,
Yeah.
which all of those things stress me out. But you may not take Judd from me, like
No.
ever.
He just
you
had
can kill
ADD.
off all the others.
You can kill
Don't touch
literally
Judd.
everyone else except for Buck. Like you couldn't do that to him either. Literally anyone else in the 911 world, but not Judd.
You can't kill Eddie for me.
Well, okay, there's that.
Owen.
It's
Okay. Y'all are making this difficult. We can't. I'm saying I just. need to ask for
So we
Judd.
have to keep Judd, but
everybody.
all of our favorites we can kill off.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes. Okay.
How great to see his son back though. I was just thinking that we
Mhm.
don't see his son. Like we kind of want to see how that storyline is progressing. So I think it's pretty cool that we get to see him, but it's gonna get kind of circumstances. I'd hate to see them do anything long term to Judd, especially in front of his son. I mean, that's just really
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think everything will be fine, but it'll
Yeah.
just be.
it's
I
just
guess
very-
Judd hasn't. They had to leave TK alone. It's time to pass, along to somebody else to be in danger.
I guess we've tried to kill him enough times. Who else can we pick on?
You do somebody else. Paul and TK are off the table now.
Oy. Can we also I have one complaint about this episode. Well, I have two complaints. I didn't like the clown thing. That was kind of just weird and icky. My second complaint is they gave us Mateo and Nancy last week, and then we got nothing this week.
Where's their coffee date?
Like we got no, like it was like just go. I'm like, I didn't like that they like completely dismissed.
Yeah.
Then because they like left you on a cliffhanger, and then you watch the next episode, and it's just like
ready to see the story continue, and it's like no coffee.
like
no
mention it at least. Mention their date. You didn't have to do anything. Mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if we like called them off in the locker or like in the room or something, like, oh, I had a great time like the other night. Like just say a little something.
Yeah. So those are my two complaints.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really enjoyed these two episodes.
Yeah, they were good, I think. And we'll see, next week's should be good too. But yeah, so just, make sure to come check out our Facebook groups because we do all kinds of fun stuff in there and we try to discuss these things. So it's just 911 Family Fan Club, and see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
For our listeners craving more, you can search for all 16 of our groups on Facebook by searching Family Fan Club. Come on over and join the conversation. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok under Fandom Family Chats. We try to always make sure to have something that will entertain. Of course, we'd also love your feedback, the good and any bad. And you can provide that by emailing us at familyfanclub2021@gmail.com. Keep an eye out for our website coming soon, where you'll be able to buy FFC merch and merch about some of your favorite TV shows with some favorite sayings and images. We're also working toward hosting a Comic-Con style event in 2024 where some of your favorite fandoms, cast, crew, and fans alike will come together for a fun-filled weekend. You can find those announcements on our website coming at you soon. Keep watching and listening, and as always, don't forget to share and subscribe.